Hello again, traders. Right, this was really interesting. I literally got back from a walk about 20, 30 minutes ago, and it may have been a bit longer actually because I had a shower. And I noticed this RSI histo alert here, which is this one of the histograms here. And I've got my old template back on for the moment, because it is a separate template that just covers a few of the um, cryptos. Why is that not showing up right? Anyway, um, as you can see, I used to talk about three green bars. So this looked like an absolute. This is M15. Looked like an absolute gimme for entering the trade. Push up, pull back the red bar, and then continuation. So then I quickly did a little bit more research on the. I'm out of this trade by the way now. It's running at less than 1%, and I don't trade much on BTC at the weekends anyway because there's not a lot to correlate it with apart from other USD and crypto related pairs, which I find is still a learning curve. But this is extremely interesting to me when I did the analysis on the D1. So that's the point of this video actually. So if I look at my BTC what I call a cleaner chart on D1, this is what interests me a lot. We've got a hammer and we've got a ton of wicks. Now, as I said earlier on in the week, everyone gets so prissy about hammers, mustn't have a wick above it and all that lot. Personally, I don't take any notice of all of that information. As far as I'm concerned, my interest is in these long wicks, and I don't really care about the wick above. In fact, if the wick above is on candles, a red candle as it were, and I'm looking for a bullish entry, I count that as a potential pullback that has happened already. So I count it in many respects as a bullish signal. I was expecting this to have a problem at the high of that D1 candle there, and it's smashed through it. And UK time, according to my clock here, is 5:58 in the morning. So tell me exactly what moves cryptos at 5:58 in the morning in the UK. No idea. On a Saturday, the weekend. Crazy, isn't it? But anyway, let's get back to, I'll remove that because that was just to show the high of the hammer, or whatever you want to call that, pin bar. But what really interested me was all of these wicks around about this level. So I then set about drawing. I've got snap 2 things on here, so we'll draw a level on the close of that candle, and we shall draw a level on the open, just because they're there really, because it's going to be a zone, isn't it? I will have a look at the weeklies because I did do before as well. Open and close of that green candle. This is how I used to do my work on individual candles before I put all my indicators back onto this stuff. So I just had a thought I might not be typing this. So the open of that one, obviously that is the critical area. I did look at H4 as well. So we might as well put something, I'm not sure whether I did that. I don't think I did. I would have put something on the close of that candle. Sorry, the open of that candle. Need to think about this. And then I checked the weekly to see what was going on in the weeklies. So I put one, you can see there's a lot going on here, so we'll put one on the close of that candle, that one there. It snaps to the closes. The open and close of that doji style thing there, so close and open, they will match the daily levels often. That's why you didn't see anything happen there. the open of that candle there, and that is that whole zone covered then, as far as I'm concerned. So remember, this one is a weekly candle that hasn't closed and it's bearish, but it's being given a hammering by the bulls, isn't it? The next area to really cause, potentially act as a target area and a problem area for the price as it goes up, is the open and close of those two candles there, open, the close and the open. That's where potentially price will sort of have a go at, in my opinion. Then we've got the open and close of these two, which I didn't draw in when I did my initial analysis. All I was really interested in was this. I'll probably put something on the close of that red candle, because that's significant on the lower time frames. I will put something on this one, the lower level, and these levels will be significant as well, and that level. I mentioned that in a tweet I did before. Reason being, that is the last level of support that the price created. In other words, it pushed down and then went up. So that one's interesting, and that is the low of that red candle there, big old daily candle low. Only that's interesting only as a level that the price might stall at. So is this one. So are these. So and they will look more significant when you're looking at H1, H4. So the low of that one, the low of that one, and the reason I get so particular about these, even though it's day ones, is because if this was a 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart or a 15-minute chart or an M30 H1 chart, those levels would still have the same significance on the power of the H1 against the M1 time frame. So it's all relative. As long as we get a gap between these levels, that's all we're worried about. So the last two levels on there are that close on this candle here and the open on this candle here. So now we have all the candles that may affect price, apart from that one there actually, the high of that hammer there. So these now are the important levels drawn on day one and week one, affecting that price move up. But the important thing is to focus on, for me, what was so interesting and what caused me to make this video, was the daily hammer style candle and all these wicks here. And if you wanted to, I could get all sort of over excited about these levels here, but the ones that there's an obvious confluence of levels going on here and here as well. So this is how I taught myself this stuff, because when you see a level like creating these wicks and then it goes all the way back over here and has created something over here as well, it is obviously a significant level, historical, let's say that, a significant historical level, because remember, old levels affect how recent or current price moves. So anyway, that's what happened. Then I remember I went on to H4 and I started to see this huge 2B looking thing here, and that really did get my interest, get my juices flowing, as it were. There, 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 and through. And as you can see, we now have a potential of very, and look where price stopped. That's so interesting. Let's put a open and close level on there. They're almost identical, so we shall just put the close level on there. And remember this is a zone, as I say, so that thin line doesn't really represent the zone. You could dig deep into this, might as well tell you exactly what I'm thinking of, and look at that on, H1 if you want, and you may well see price got stopped by an H1 high. There's the vertical. That's where price bounced. In this instance, it's still right on. There's nothing there. So educate myself even more. Let's have a look at M30. It might be an M30 high that stopped the price there. I have to take the scroll off now. I've highlighted that so that we can look at the internals of that whole area there. But what's it on there? If this is a bit long-winded, guys, I apologise, but I sort of don't apologise either, because that's what teaching yourself to trade is all about. So we've now got a bunch of M30 levels in there, and still, which is really interesting, that price got stopped by something other than, there's nothing in there. There's no highs or anything, or flip zones or anything to have stopped price at that level it stopped at. Let me explain the level I'm talking about there. Or let's put it, the high of red, I think, was the higher high. Squinting a bit. Yellow. What on earth stopped price right slap in the middle there that was lower than M30? We've got no levels. Back off the scroll. That's the area we're looking at. Look, there's nothing. That's fascinating. M30 high. The new high created, remember, not one of these old ones. The only thing, there's nothing. Let's have a look at M15. Sorry I've digressed, but anyway, you've got the point. The whole point of this video was looking at that. Is that it there? M30 high, no. There, that flip zone. How bizarre, to the pip. The M30 high. And this, honestly, guys, is how I taught myself this. Unwinding unusual things like that, what stopped price on that move up, the current move up of BTC, it stuttered at an M30 flip zone. That's really bizarre. And just so you know where we are, go on to the live. This is where it stopped for no reason at all. Now it's going on up to that proper H4 close. That's amazing. Anyway, hopefully, sorry if this doesn't seem to have much point to you guys. It has an enormous amount of point to me. And it's all about understanding that, for me, noticing all those wicks, doing the analysis on this daily hammer style candle. Sorry, I was distracting myself then for a moment. And then seeing the current price moves, and there's the price moves all between those levels. So I know what's going on. I can leave them on now, and I've learnt, I've taught myself something. So I want to unravel the other indicators I use. Hopefully it now becomes clear how much power those indicators have actually got. To me, anyway. My old classic. Yeah, nearly 10,000 since I had it a few minutes ago, or less than an hour ago, anyway. So there they all are. I find these levels. This is truly how I taught myself this stuff, guys. So up this should now go, if it's going to continue up as per that daily hammer, and goodness only knows why it's moving at this time of the day at the weekend. Tell me that, all you I don't know, financial market gurus. It's a Saturday, 6 a.m. in the UK, so God knows what time o'clock it is in the USA, and it's nothing exceptionally exciting. It's 10 past 1, so this probably took off just before 1 o'clock in Asia, and we're at 10,000 pips. Sorry if I sound a bit spaced out about this, because honestly, this is what I live and breathe for, because I'm always learning. And I want to know, and it'll probably come to me in this afternoon's walk now, why this should happen at this time of the day in Asia. There won't be any news. So anyway, that's it. D1 hammer, how I would approach that and why. I'm going to take a snap picture of this and put it up on Twitter, X.